Hi everyone. Good afternoon. Uh, I hope you had a great lunch. Today we are going to talk about why we think, and we'll be stressing more on why we think the mobile is weakest link today. So we'll stress on that more, and we would like to convey that when we started the journey as AppSealing 7 and 8 years back somewhere, we have seen that gaming industry has been having this problem a lot. And then moving forward, we have started seeing that the penetration of the mobile has increased. We have seen more and more threats coming into the market. So that's where we are coming from. That's where we are going to talk about. So this is about me, a quick intro just to keep it light. So in past, I've worked with Radware. Before that, I was in Shield Square, which was a bot mitigation company. And we got acquired by Radware by the time in end of 2017. So 7 years I have spent into bot mitigation, done some patent and breaking system for capture solution. And then I have moved to AppSealing. So AppSealing is, again, a mobile application protection platform. So that was the key interest because it's very close to our daily lifestyle. So we'll get into a little lighter data first, and then we'll try to understand why we feel this is a leakage link. So mobile today at an internet adoption journey, we see at least 57.8% internet is coming from mobile. And it has got bypassed around 2017, mid somewhere, where the mobile has actually taken off more than desktop and the tablet. But those devices are there from long. But because ease of the access has really increased the penetration model. So we have seen that 57% is mobile and the tablet is like 1.94, which has not taken off because the compatibility itself. And the desktop is because the office for sure is one of the key reasons. So this is one of the space we are into, and that's why we are measuring this data a lot, where we see in Google app around like 3562, which is the number of, we see total number of Google apps present, like in Play Store, it is present. That too, where Google is every day trying to remove applications which are not at all secure. Still, the number is massive, and same goes with iOS. Though iOS has a lot of security postures already enabled, we still feel there is a day to day there is a launch, which is like every month on month we see around 76K app is being published on Play Store, and around 38 to 37,000 apps are being launched. So what does that exactly give as an idea about it? So on an average, one person on one mobile phone keeps 80 applications at least installed, though they don't use or don't use, because some of them are forced installed because you cannot uninstall them. Some of them you install by choice. And out of that, we spend at least 4 to 5 hours daily on some or other apps because we watch a lot of OTTs, we spend time on YouTube a lot, we use for our office purposes plus. So that close we are into this environment. And to give the context, post-COVID and pre-COVID, within India, we have seen that people use this mobile application for payment, which is again one of the, I can say, the crucial part of our daily life, where we do the transaction from the phone, and we try to use it daily at least once or twice. And that too, within India, I can tell you, in a month at least we use 40 to 50 times just to do the payments, and it is more in metro and tier 1 cities. And the transaction size started from 0.04 cent, and it goes to $24,000 directly you can do from the mobile phone. So the limit is increasing quarter on quarter. So it has started like from 0.04 cent, and then people can do transaction of, let's say, $50, then it moved to 100, and then they have extended directly to like, people can do $12,000 from the phone as a GPay, or PhonePay, or Paytm. So we have seen that transaction. And after that, we see people do a lot of online shopping, certainly. So close to, you can say, 100 billion hours being spent by people on e-commerce platform or the shopping platform. We can say retail commerce totally, they have spent there. And that too followed by China, India, Brazil, US, and Southeast Asia market in total. So the journey of the vulnerability we see at a news started in 2013. That doesn't mean previously there would have not been any cyber attack. So what we have just taken that number to set a context how it is growing. So 2013, we have seen that payment card information has been targeted, and particularly the target customer data has been taken up from there. And then the intention was, again, to build tools around it, where that heartbleed has started, as a vulnerability have been found. And falling back to that, Uber has been targeted, WhatsApp has been targeted. And in WhatsApp, there has been a malware inserted at one time where they can really capture the status you are putting on. So it was a small malware some attacker has put. And then 2023, today we are talking, we every day see there is a news that some or other data has been targeted. And it has been keep growing as the environment is getting opened over the internet day in, day out. How does effects to the business in general? So when we were building this AppSealing as a solution, we used to talk to customer as well at a first hand that what is the intention of the customer to have this mobile application security being installed at their side. So we have found that 65% people feel that they are really worried about their data first itself. So e-commerce, there is little less penetration because they are more into, they want to sell something quickly and faster, whereas gaming has real money involved, so they want to secure more. And when there is a BFSI, there is again real money involved, so they want to secure more. Second is where once the data is out, or once the compromise has been done, around 33% people start talking about this on social media, which means it's a brand reputation game as well. And then once this happens, more people like to shift to your competitors. They don't want to continue with you. So 52% odd people, they start looking out the solution. And then 85% people start talking about in their internal channel. Internal channel, when I say, it is not just the WhatsApp, but it is still go on the Telegram, etc. And they start identifying more and more in their secure channel that how we can break more. So that's how the next vulnerability identification happens. And we have found that out of these 100% attacks, 19% time people try to get into your PII data, minimum. And then this is the cost put up by IBM. That single breach cost you around 4.5 mil to you. So this is how our security looks today. We are secure at a context. This is what we are. We are covered. I'm not denying that we are not covered. We are covered at extent, but we are not fully covered. We feel so we are covered because most of the time, this market, as Gartner is published report last time, they were telling the audience size itself is 5 to 20% who really understand this space. There is still a lot of effort being put to help them know how this overall mobile applications security landscape looks like itself. So, and that's the reason is why there is a gap. When we launch an application, we first do VAPT, and we feel that we have done enough of it, and we fix some of the problems we have identified. And mostly, when it comes to prioritization as a product manager, we try to cover high and medium first, and low and info we always skip most of the time because it's not in roadmap. So, yeah, so like talking about the landscape itself, how does it look? So 92% is coming from the internet via mobile phone. It's a combined data. When I say mobile phone, which means people certainly have the laptop as well, but they're connected with the mobile phone as well. Out of that, 79% attacks just happen because of security misconfiguration. So when we try to be agile a lot, sometime or other time we miss some of the security configuration itself. Because we are in a fast mode of releasing some of the items, or sometime we miss it because we are pretty much used to of it. So at that point of time, there are a lot of misconfigurations happen, and that is the 79%, and 78% is sometimes people launch the application and they don't have obfuscation itself, which is very much basic of when you are launching a application and you want to secure yourself. And when we have taken this as a survey as a bandwidth within our customer base, we have identified before onboarding, we are able to see that out of 10 applications we are able to repackage by internally. which means that we are able to repackage the whole app with the new branding, and we can launch in the Play Store, and we can be the copy of them. And out of that, like 65% people are not able to analyze the attacker tool, which is little advance of it, post repackaging, where you try to attack and simulate and then perform via emulator. And the last, we have seen a little growth toward this. Reason being, we are seeing regulations being enforced a lot, not just in the payment industry, but also in a gaming industry. So to give an example, within India, we have seen that gaming industry has got a huge taxation done, and also they have to follow some regulations. Within India, RBI has put up a regulation that they have to ensure 30 set of guidelines when they're launching the mobile application or M-banking application in the Play Store. And we got to also learn that within Thailand, there are regulators getting involved to ensure that if someone is launching a fintech app, that is also being secured. And they have the regulation lines. So this is the reason we see the growth is happening. And this is the mobile attacking vectors, which we have identified the pattern of the attack, how they try to attack you. So the sweet spot and the start of the journey, the attacker journey is from environment, from which environment they are coming from. So they could be from local emulator itself. They will start from there. Or they can buy a cloud emulator. There are tons of services available where they can go and really opt a device at a very cheaper cost. It starts from $3 or something. So they can buy 10 of devices from the same IP they can come from, or different IP they can come from. So this is the environment they'll set. And what they try to do is then they start doing the tempering process. So when I say tempering process, that's considered the Magisk and kernel suit detection, or any of those tools which are going to really help them to modify your package itself. And in that, they will try to reverse engineer your application, or they'll try to do SSL pinning. So this is one of the process they'll try. And then they go for the further steps, which is attacker tools or real-time attack points. So they start with key logging or volume attack. Or maybe today we are seeing a new trend where that is very specifically happening into e-commerce division, where if you launch a referral program, they put a farm of mobiles, and they put a script where it goes and keep making an attempt to the link you have targeted, and they keep referring people. And it's a touch-based behavior. It's a screen and touch-based behavior. It's a same IP set behavior. That's where they come from, and they try to do attack. With this all combination, when you try to do an attack, it becomes a little easier, I would say. I'll not say very easy and all. Little easier for an attacker to crack your mobile application, and they can easily get into that, and they can reverse engineer and get your code done. So they can really sometime go, if it is a BFSI, they can go and really ask you for the bug bounty, even you don't have program running. And there is a real loss sometime coming in. So I'll just quickly show one demo for routing. So here what we are trying to showcase is, we have two sample application. One is sample APK, which is a regular mobile app, and one is a secured one. So we'll try to open that in root device, which is the user have the root access for this, and we'll try to open. So this application we are trying to open in the rooted device. This is a sample app, and we'll try to just open it. So this opened, and we have seen that it is allowing me to use it. And then this is the secure device, which is actually secured by AppSealing. And then when we'll try to open, it will identify that you are into the rooted device. It will show a pop-up, and it will close it directly from there. So it will show that you are launching into the rooted devices. And it will identify that when you do the sealing, post-sealing it shows actually. There is a small quick demo of reverse engineering. So this is the two-step we are going to follow and quickly check what is happening. So one will take a sample app which has their regular, you can say, DEX file available. In the DEX file, they'll be having basic encryption done, and where they have a string available within that system. And in the sample sealed APK, what we do is we do the encryption of the whole DEX file itself. So if an attacker is able to access your APK and also able to access your DEX file, they'll not be able to really read it. So this is the sample APK which has the sealed version. So you cannot really read the last section, and the between section, it is already encrypted with the advanced value, WBC cryptography. And if you see the sample one, it's a little readable format. So people can really read and understand what you are running, and they can really change the logic, and they can launch the application back. So these are the 2 samples I've just taken, which can be done very fast. You can do the routing by yourself, and you can also do the repackaging by your own. So it is not that rocket science, frankly speaking. So this is how the attacker's intention is. This is how they try to attack. Because it's a weakest link, and the weakest link, they try to first target the app. If by any chance you are having the API key available within your app, it's easy for them to crack and get the API key, and then get into the second stage, which is nothing but your API scraping or web scraping, etc. They can keep doing the transaction from there if they get the API key in their mobile app. So it starts very early before even they plan to do real DDoS attacks, or maybe if you have the application available in the marketplace. So I'll just put that how we try to solve at AppSealing is, when we get an APK from customer, we ask them directly to upload in our system, and then we ask them to configure the security measure they want to protect from. So all of this, what we have talked about as a vector, is available as a sealing option. And when they seal the application, we encrypt everything available in the APK, and when they launch in the Play Store, we detect from which source it is coming, and then we protect from all of this, from runtime memory actions or app tampering or DLL. And then follow to that, we start showing you over the console that what action you should take in nutshell. Let's say we share you the Android ID, which can take into your SIEM and find that which is the user is, and then you can really block them permanently, so they don't come into your system at any point in time itself. So this is one sample engine looks like today. So you are sitting in the threat environment, and this is our sealing engine where you are really upload, and this is the final resultant where you can track the threat analytics. So how easy it is today, and what has been our goal from last 1.5 years? What we are trying to achieve is how quickly we can secure you, how fast we can be there, because we talk about a lot of zero-day attacks, etc. But for mobile, it's a little tough because it's just on your own phone. It doesn't have control there. So we have seen this daily commerce penetration where someone delivers your item you have ordered, and one of the popular e-commerce is Lazada here. They deliver, if you order today, they'll deliver by evening. And we order food from Grab today. We have just tried it yesterday, and we have got in 30 minutes. But we tried our integration, it's 10 minutes. This is what we have achieved. We have done the patent on this, how faster we can do that. And the configuration has been like that. It has been built like anyone who doesn't understand even the pure postures, they can secure just by reading the English. This is what we have achieved in 2023 in general. That too, we are not that big. We are at a very early stage, but still we have been able to see that 19 million unique attack has happened. Unique hacking attempt has happened, and 157 we are able to detect it. So a small, but the volume is very high, and it is growing massively. Yeah, so what we are planning to do in quickly next or this year is we see a massive opportunity there where mobile is going to be more unsecure because we are going to more application in day-to-day life. So we'll be launching maybe ML-based detection for bot protection, which I was talking about. We'll be strengthening that. And I think that will allow us to help this whole community of mobile more and more. Threat intelligence, certainly we are expecting to be more stronger. And when I say threat intelligence, it's not just that we show a lot of heat maps. Instead, what we think is we should provide something which allows you to get protected from any single point of attack, whatever comes into the system. So today we have identified around 18 to 20 tools which are open in market. You can try it by yourself. So we covered 18, but we are expecting if something comes as 19, we should be able to protect from day 0. So that's what we are targeting for. So yeah, and at the last we are thinking that because we planning to grow globally, we expect to support all the regulatories coming into our system. So that's how the whole chain looks like today. And this is what we are trying to protect from. And we feel that it's our weakest link because it's available, the device itself is available in our pocket, and we are less worried about it.